Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Hey, everybody! It is a rockin' crazy Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
It's so crazy.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody from the West Coast of America.
Oh man, it's so crazy. It's so crazy today. Kjcowboydan decided to show up. That's when you know it's crazy. Right?
Yep.
Right.
I do enjoy when Kjcowboydan shows up because a certain thing that happens when Kjcowboydan shows up at the end of the show that I enjoy every single time.
That's right. That's the song of the day.
Yep.
Right.
That's
I
right.
got the song of the day for today. Yes.
Look at that. He's already ready. He's ready.
I'm ready.
He's so ready. He's about to list off 5 albums. Let's go.
5 albums.
I'm
Wow.
kidding.
What albums? I got. You want me to go through all 400 I got?
I'm going to tell everybody in chat 400 is a modest number to the real number of records he has.
Wow.
It's modest.
Yeah, Guinness Book of Records called him and said, "You know what? We're going to put you in the Guinness Book of Records for having the most records."
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Wish. I got a very small collection compared to some of these old timers who have like 10,000.
Right. Bigger spaces and stuff.
Yeah, I don't have space. I don't have the space. I barely got the space for what I got now.
Oh, yeah. You're pretty much wrapped in music in there.
Yeah.
It kind of blankets you, warms you.
And
You let
plus,
the lyrics
I
comfort
count
your
my
soul.
CDs. I probably got about 600 CDs.
And how many
man.
gramophone?
I got gramophones. I got a few. I got a book from 1932 records. I can't play them because they're at 78 speed. I don't have a turntable at 78 speed.
We got to get you one of those ones that play the music on cylinders.
Oh, yeah. I like one of those. Those are cool.
Right. Like the little music boxes.
Yeah.
Or the little pianos.
They have a wax cylinder that.
Yeah, before they did records on disc, the records were on a wax cylinder that kind of looked like the cylinder that's in the music boxes, but instead of little pins on the cylinders on the music box, it had the grooves just like a record player. But the record was in cylinders, and it was a pretty hot technology back in the late 1800s. I tell you what.
Yeah. Yep, it was.
All right.
Cool.
Let's get
to what? Chat.
Let's get to chat and say hello to people in chat who are just blowing up the storm. And sorry, I do not have the competitive ranking system going on that I know of. Right. Yeah, no one's fighting for first place, which is fine because I like you guys chatting just because you like to chat. We got Lulu. That's right.
Hey, Lulu, how you doing?
Lulu Sky. That's right. We got Elijah Castle. Salty board. That's
Elijah,
right.
that's a
Elijah.
That's
salty
right.
board wipe.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
that.
like it says salty board right.
Salty board wipe.
Oh,
I'm
Super
surprised
Fast
you didn't
Tortoise.
use 80 damage one too.
Mm. Wonder why.
Then we got MSB Michael Superbacker. Right.
What's up, Superback? Yeah.
Thanks for showing up this morning. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Michael Superbacker is always an awesome person to have in chat. He's always doing well, always fun, always crazy. Then we got
Oh.
Hello, Lone Wolf 44. What's up? How's it going? You gonna play tonight's Commander game, Lone Wolf? Are you gonna have a good time? You gonna beat the living crap out of Hillbilly, do 80 damage to him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
I still gotta get you back for that. Dag it, I'm going to one of these days.
that's right. Then we got El Capitan Waffles.
Morning,
Waffle.
Captain Waffle.
The syrup army is ready to go. You let us know when we are to attack.
That's right. That's right, Captain Waffles. I can't do it as well as KJ, but I try.
Mon
I try.
capitan.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right. You know, Captain Waffles is the leader of the Waffle Army. I heard that was a very sticky situation.
The Waffle Army, very sticky.
Yeah, they
Out of
recently went up
butteries.
against. What was that?
On a buttery slope, right?
Mhm.
Buttery slope. Yeah, I heard that the Waffle Army just recently went up against the Blueberry Pancake military, and the Blueberry Pancake military did not do very well.
Well, they should have shot that whipped cream at them, right? Whipped cream with little chocolate sprinkles.
That's right.
You know, that's a
Little-
good defense in the Waffle Army.
Yes.
Yep.
But
know,
I
we
heard that the Crepe Army stayed neutral during the entire thing.
Yeah. Neutral. This is Hillbilly. What's up?
Mr. Hillbilly.
This is Hillbilly saying, good morning, could you, dude?
Good morning.
Yeah.
How are ya?
Yeah. I don't know when Hillbilly's going to create it, but Hillbilly said he's going to create a theme song for Mrs. Hillbilly.
Done did a long time ago.
Lulu says the whole family is here now. Grandpa and Grandma Hillbillies.
Uh-huh.
I ain't the oldest one here today.
That's true. And neither the handsomest anymore.
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Like it.
Coogee dude is taking all that.
That's right.
Yup.
Sorry. Sorry.
Mhm.
I just can't help it. It just follows me around.
He does, unfortunately. Dag it.
Super fast grandpa. Whoop, whoop.
Woohoo. That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right. Super fast
That's
grandpa.
right.
Coogee dude. That's right. Daddy
Right.
O's.
Daddy
Woo!
Grandpa. That's right. So yes, yes, I got all kinds of youngins, grandkids. Unfortunately, they're all over 21.
Unfortunately, that means you can have a party and drink with them.
That's right.
That's right.
But I don't drink anymore, unless I'm forced to. Then. You know.
Oh yeah, you're forced. You know, twist your arm to have an alcoholic beverage once in a while.
I'll have a root beer with you any day.
That's right.
I was
Root beer.
I've been wondering where my moonshine disappeared to.
That's
How
right.
I know.
Ooh.
Yeah, your moonshine's like California, here I come.
That's right.
That's
I
on.
used to drink moonshine like it was invisible.
It was invisible because as soon as it hit your glass, it was gone.
I wish. Yeah, that stuff puts you on Mars. I tell you what.
But all right. Woo, Hellwheeler, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
All right.
Feeling like I need to start getting a coffee bean background. I'm too
Yeah,
brightly coloured compared to everyone else's.
right. And is let me know if the DOT is safe today. Is the DOT safe today?
Is the what safe?
DOT.
Department of Terminal.
Department of Defense.
DOT is Department of Transportation, everybody.
Oh,
I had worked it out. I was waiting on everyone else's suggestions on what it was.
I was trying to come up with something awkward, but I'm never good at making up those letters on the spot.
Right, like
Well,
the
so
DOT.
far, I
the
had a
DOT
talk with the cars. They did say they're not planning any more attacks.
All right, that's good. Yeah, because the DOT is about like from what I know from my angle is the DOT are the people who will charge you money if your vehicle is not properly up to date and stuff like that.
yes, that's
Yeah.
that's the DMV.
Well, the DOT does it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Department of Transportation sucks. I mean, if you want to see how good the Department of Transportation is, just go to Los Angeles and see how their roads look.
Go to
yeah.
Los Angeles. You know, that's if you can even see the road through all the smog and cars.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
That's
I've seen what do you call it? What do you call it when traffic's after 5 p.m.?
It is
Rush hour.
Rush hour. Yeah, I've seen rush hour in Los Angeles, and there's no rushing in rush hour in Los Angeles.
No, it ain't. It's
Have you-
loud as sitting still.
Have you experienced the 405? Or
Oh, the
5?
405 at
Yeah, I was gonna say I think rush hour needs to be changed up to tortoise hour or
That's
snail
right.
hour,
Tortoise
freaking
hour.
hour.
The Super
know.
Fast
Really?
Tortoise will go faster than the cars and then the 405.
The
I
405
would go faster on my wheelchair than most of the cars.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The
I've done that.
405 from Orange County to Los Angeles County, best time to do it right when school's getting out. That way, if you want to sit and listen to your radio in peace in a parking lot, that's the best place to do it.
That's
Is
right.
the 405 parking lot at 3:30 in the afternoon.
I've been there and done that, and don't. The last time I was in Los Angeles, and I was on my way to San Diego. It's normally a 45-minute drive to 55-minute drive. Last time it took me 3 hours to get through Los Angeles and
Oof.
get on the 5 to get to San Diego. Then when I got to San Diego, it took me another hour to get where I was going to.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can have it. I mean, Reno's getting that way. It's bad. They're doing all construction anyway. Enough of that.
All construction.
Enough of that stuff.
All construction. Construction.
I'm sure where Hellwheeler lives, they have parking lots driving too.
Wait, they have parking lots driving too?
Yes. They
That
have-
made
We have
no
parking lots where we park.
sense.
Well, you have a car park, but I'm talking about the highways and the byways were in the city.
Yeah, the motorways can turn into standstill. They do tend to crawl eventually. They don't. It's very rare that it comes to a complete halt for a while, unless there's been like an accident.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we tend to sort of then get to about 2 miles an hour, and that's where we crawl.
Yeah.
Right.
Or of course, we
Well,
wait for a gap to appear in front of us. Then we bomb it for 20 miles an hour to close the gap, and then we hit hard on the brakes and we wait still for the next, how long before we can
Yeah.
do that again.
Are you in the part of Europe where they have the Autobahn?
The Autobahn is in Germany.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's in Deutschland. Yes, I've been on the Autobahn. It's
No, I know you have. I was
super
asking.
fast.
Mhm.
It's Super Fast Tortoise. I couldn't keep up with them.
Letters Castle says that was downtown Toronto too. Really bad traffic. That's right. But anyways, let's get into the topic of the day. The topic of the day is the truth about gaming, hobbies, and collectibles. And yet, it's been a while, but Tortoise has a little monologue.
Oh,
Well, because it set the premise for today's discussion, right?
I miss the monologues.
I kind of do too, but sometimes it's just fun to wing it. You know what I'm saying when we have them. All right, take a breath. The truth about gaming hobbies and collectibles in today's world is changing. Prices increases, less interest in toy lines. Video games are suffering. Interest in card games are seeing a weird diversion of interest. The YouTubers are struggling with viewership. There is a major shift in interests and life changes in the world. This does not mean gaming, hobbies, and collecting are dying. It just simply means that we are seeing another step in the evolution of our favorite pastimes. What is really changing is the way we interact with these hobbies. Let's get into this topic. And just a note, I changed my little moniker today. It says you are important to your hobby, and you are. So one of the big discussions going around, well, you can watch a lot of discussions, let's be honest. Like I can watch 5 different YouTubers with 5 different point of views on the same damn topic, right? And yeah, they're always doing something. They're trying to make it a little different, to be honest with you. There's probably a lot of YouTubers, there's still other YouTubers content, and they're like, I'm going to change it up so it seems original to me, or give my adverse opinion. But to be honest with you, when you do the common denominator thing where you watch all these videos with different opinions and you find the common denominator, I think like the common denominator in my thesis between all these people talking is that things are shifting, things are changing, completely changing, from what it used to be to something different. And it's not going anywhere, even though Magic's been dead forever, like many times. Other games been dead.
What, people still play Magic?
Yeah. Some people play Magic still. Like tonight at 7 p.m. Thursday here. Today.
I didn't even know they were still releasing cards. Jeez.
Oh yeah. but yeah. So, well, like one of the things that we've talked about before is price increases, right? And no, I'm not talking about tariffs or anything. And I've actually watched a really good video about that last night, right before I went to bed. Right after I left a KJ stream to relax and go to sleep, I watched a really good stream about how some companies are dealing with the tariffs. But prices are increasing because demand has changed and whatnot, all right? Because like in the toy industry, a lot of people are stepping down from collecting and starting to sell their collections because the price of collecting has gotten too high and people got too many doubles, and they're trying to, they're like, I don't need doubles anymore and stuff. So they're trying to divert, and they're taking their massive, huge collection. They're trying to dwindle it down. Like they got into collecting and whatnot, and they're showing a change in there, right? They're showing a change in their attitude about collecting. They want to collect the things they love. Like even video game collectors who collected about every video game for each system they could are dwindling down their collection. So one, they got space, and two, they know they're just not going to play these games that they themselves helped rise the price of. It's crazy. Yeah. And by rise the price of when some get when a bunch of YouTubers find say Frogger, right, a video game, and say that game wasn't huge on, let's say, the Atari, but someone made it popular in the eyes. Like, I wanted this game, paid $20 for it, and some people paid $20 for it and flipped it for 40. All right, 2 different views there, and people are get interest. Like, I want the Atari, and I want to get that game to see what I can do with it. And all of a sudden, one people want the same thing, demand just skyrocketed, and that's the change that we're seeing, and that's what's pushed collecting into a different world. Anyways. Sounds like someone wants to say something.
You was talking about, collecting, how the prices, you mentioned prices,
mm-hmm.
and how, one content creator will take, for example, I'm going to use next set, Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are griping that it is a legendary set. Just about all the creatures are legendary creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got some people saying, hey, it's a great product. It's great. It's awesome.
Right.
And then there's another gripe going around about Final Fantasy, about the cost of the creatures and the spells costing a lot. And you got them talking about that. We're still talking about the Final Fantasy, but it's all good and it's all playable.
Right. Right.
No reason to gripe about Final Fantasy. I'm just saying.
I got a comment about that actually. But I want to catch up on chat here. Elijah Castle says we're not witnessing the death of gaming, collecting, or hobbies. We're just watching their metamorphosis. Yes.
Yep.
That is exactly what I'm saying. I thought the whole time Magic was and this gathering was David Copperfield's fan club. That's what.
That's
don't
funny.
tell that to the tiger. Okay.
That's funny. I think Blaine might want to be in on that too.
Right. Lulu says chicken is $15 here. Woo. The problem with tariffs is some companies that are not affected by tariffs are using it as an excuse to raise price and greed. Yes. Some companies will do that. Some companies will do that. Like there was this incident in Michigan. I think it was Michigan, somewhere around that area, where there's a river and there was a bridge and there's this cargo ship that hit the bridge, non-related to Temu, not related to Temu. People could prove it. And Temu said, "Oh, some of our stuff was on there, and we're not going to reimburse you for it."
Oh, you're talking about that the sail ship that crashed. Yeah. People were trying to say that was a transport vessel for things, and it wasn't. It was a tour vessel, and they had no merchandise on it whatsoever.
Right. Yeah.
And people
exactly.
Yeah. The media wants you to believe that everything's about these things, and I don't want to get into that.
No, you're good, but no, I agree with you and see you on that point.
Yeah, yes, it was just a tourist ship. It wasn't a cargo ship. They had no cargo on it.
Yeah, it was a tourism ship. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I got the ship wrong, but yes, like I said, people could prove it. There was nothing from Temu on that, and Temu used that and said there was stuff we had shipping on there. We're not reimbursing you, which is stupid. Now, people are prioritizing necessities over collectibles more, and it's a little more than that. We got Manamonk. You opened the portal from one multiverse to be here.
Well, I understand. I mean, I was collecting records, and I have duplicates and stuff, so I'm trying to wean them off. So I understand. I mean, I don't collect toys. I really don't collect cards.
Well, you collect music. Like
I do.
You have an eclectic taste in music and bands and cover arts, rarity. Like I know some of the. I know one particular. I can't really talk about it because the subject of it, but I know like one particular record that you have, and I don't remember the band, but I remember the record where it has an explicit type of image that's worth lots of money.
Oh, that's Blind Faith.
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Could be. I don't remember the band.
Anyway, with Eric Clapton and I do have a couple of albums that you can't show on daytime TV.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And they're worth money. They're rare. They're eclectic.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm using that word wrong. I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
FG, are you talking about Temu? We were.
Yep.
But I collect vintage audio. I got Derek's in my collection. He's helped me get rid of some of the stuff. Years here.
Well, yeah, when we had the art sale, and that guy bought all those 45s.
Yeah, I was glad to get rid of those.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't worth anything because they didn't have the covers. I mean, you have the little record, but it's worth half as much without the cover it came in, because that's where the value's at.
Right. Michael Superback says all my videos are in the cloud on that ship, and that's why I haven't posted anything new lately. All of the videos are lost in the ship. That's right. Let's see. I found about it yesterday, and OP Creator Real Joshua, Maine is that Chinese shopping app feel like a scam? Sometimes they do. Like I never
Mhm.
shop Temu, and me and my wife will not shop Temu. It looks
I've
scummy,
never.
so I uninstalled it because it looks like it give you Trojans and etc. Right?
They said that it does actually. Without getting too far into it, they said that the Timu app actually has it's not a Trojan, but what it does is they collect your information. Timu has been known to sell your information, including your credit card information.
Right. Well,
Uh,
yeah.
and there's
Well,
nothing that they can do about it because the company's not located in America.
right. And there's a lot of apps that are like that. Like you get a stupid app that's like you can get a stupid app that's an external camera app, like not on your phone, and it'll be like, we need all these permissions, and here's what we do with your information. Do you agree? Like, read the terms of services, right? They're novels,
Ooh.
and they tell you because in the terms and services, they have to tell you everything they do,
Yep.
but no one reads them because they're just too damn long. But anyways, back on topic. Things are changing, right? And Hillbilly is mentioning Final Fantasy. People are complaining about it and whatnot. But people are going for it too because it's the most sold set in a long time.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to talk about is Magic's been waning, right? It's been wavering, right? It's been wavering left and right, right?
Mhm.
And and I honestly don't think it's the collectability of the game that's wavering people's minds. I think what's wavering people's mind is the impulsiveness and the erraticism of Hasbro's decisions to do every damn thing possible from secret layers and everything. And this universe beyond is just like shifting people around. They change things so often or try something new so off more than just often, right? They're always trying something different, and people are getting over the FOMO type thing, and they're starting to realize, half the stuff's like just a gimmick and half the stuff is really cool. But people are starting to choose with their brains and their wallets now if they're investing in a set and not investing in an IP or just a stupid idea. Because like notice how the racing set we just got done with, what was it called?
Aether Drift.
Aether Drift? Yeah, Aether Drift fell. Like it didn't do well. People bought product, but it didn't do well.
Right.
But Tarkir Dragonstorm did really good. It's not the best selling set, but it did a solid number. But then Final Fantasy, not even released out, sold out of product, and they're restocking some of it right now. So people are starting to vote with their emotions and whatnot. And one of the things that are changing in Magic is it's going to sound like I'm against Magic.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
my phone. Let me turn.
It's going to sound like I'm against Magic, but I'm not. But like, it seems like the attention to details has shifted, right? The attention to details being the players and the collectors, right? And the players and collectors feel a little bit ignored because, and I know they're doing collectible things in the game, but I think the players and collectors are feeling a little bit ignored because they're branching on trying to get newer and newer players in because they're going off the stupid idea that a player will come in the game for 4 years and leave, and that's their average notion. When they have players like me who've been in the game for 20 years, they don't care.
No, but that goes back to the whole who is Hasbro promoting to? I think that because Hasbro is a company that's whole business model is to sell, sell, sell.
Mhm.
If they're not selling at any point in time, they're not making money. And I think it's all based off the business model, where before you were dealing with Wizards of the Coast making a collectible. Hasbro is not making a collectible. Hasbro is making a game,
right? And look, I'm not talking down on Hasbro and WotC for doing this. The point I'm trying to cement in here is that the attention from the crowd has changed. And people are noticing it, and people are, I don't know if they're feeling nauseous, sick, or they're just tired of all the changes because before KJ was in the community, right? Before KJ was in the community, and this is just to put a time frame to it. And I was hanging out on a particular streamer's channel who streams Thursday nights, right? And there was this discussion format that we had. And for a long time, it was about people complaining about changes, about the collectability, and all this stuff. And the topic always ceased to kind of come up. The people kept regurgitating the same kind of information. And then we had very negative Nancy's come in and give their spiel. We had people just try to tear down the infrastructure of the channel itself through words. And that happened not just on this channel. This kind of was spread through the community and other communities of Magic the Gathering and collectible games. Well, mainly Magic the Gathering at this point. And I think what really happened is people started ignoring it. People got tired of it, and they said, "I'm going to like what I'm going to like, and I'm going to get into it," which is a smart way of thinking, compared to being like having FOMO for everything.
Right.
And let's not just focus on Magic, right? I was just going off what Hillbilly said with Magic, right? But like we've talked about toy collecting, we haven't talked about comic book collecting today, and that's changed a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people in the comic book world are gonna tell you, if you're gonna collect comic books, collect for fun, because you're not gonna make money off of it. Right now, if the collectors out there who are collecting for fun, they're buying bulk lots because mom and pops companies are going out of business left and right. These comic book shops and TCG shops that sell comic books and whatnot, I'm not sure if a lot of you noticed, but like they're halving themselves.
Right.
Literally, they can't afford to even keep their storefronts open because people are using websites like TCG Player and other websites where you can go to Whatnot or whatever and get your single card that you want and not have to leave the house and pay for $5 worth of gas. It's just cheaper for them to spend whatever they're spending in shipping and hope that the card doesn't arrive damaged. It's cheaper for them to not have to leave the house. And now mom and pop shops are suffering.
I want to comment on this comment that Hillbilly highlighted here, because I would have highlighted it too if I saw it. So that person loves remastered sets, this TCG dude. And by the way, hello, TCG dude.
Hello.
They have been one of my favorite product types in the last 5 years. I love remastered sets. I hate when they make a crappy one, And let's be honest, we've had some like when you get and by a crappy one, we had basically a Legacy Remasters set. They didn't call it Legacy Remasters, but it's like Ultimate Masters or whatever. And then basically made a Commander set out of it instead of Legacy staples. It was annoying.
Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong, the Commander staples are fun, but wrong. Like I'm gonna give you a blue ball and sell you as a red ball. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
I better be getting a discount.
That's right.
Right.
Captain Waffle says, in my eyes, collecting is for people who love the product for the product and not the money. Collecting for financial gain is not valuable 99% of the time. Well, collecting, it is a tough thing today, right? So there are things worth money out there, and you can see it all over eBay, right? And you can look through the sold listings on over eBay. The problem with collecting today is for every one collector out there, you got 2 or 3 resellers looking for the same stuff.
And let's not forget about since mainly this is a Magic channel, and we're talking about the game. You also have the players who are looking for that. You have 3 groups of people who are looking for those cards. One who want to make money off of it. One who wants to have it in their collection because they love it, and the other who wants to play a game that they love. And you got 3 different groups of people competing for cards. That making a trading card game almost impossible to trade even.
Right.
Yeah, I think you should just have the products because you like it. Not because, most people are in it because they like it, not because they're a reseller.
But the resellers exist because they know you like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the resellers exist because they know you like it, and the resellers are going to be there as long as there's gamer guy and there's collector guy there.
Mhm.
Reseller is going to be there to gouge, and I don't agree with that mentality for the reseller. Well, and you hear me constantly glaze on the corporations, but at the same time, when it comes down to the resellers, I'm looking at these guys like they're shady. They got a trench coat on, trying to sell me something awkward, and I don't like it. And I'm watching these people on Whatnot, and they come off as scummy.
Right.
A
Sometimes
good
they go.
majority of them. A good majority of these resellers come off as scummy. They seem like you're talking to some guy on the street when you're trying to purchase something you shouldn't.
Right.
Want to
That's why
buy a
they sell-
card?
that's-
You want to buy a card?
That's
Yeah.
that's why they're selling online nowadays. They're selling online because you don't get to see them. You don't get to see how they treat themselves. For like here's something that's true. How many times do you go to Facebook Marketplace, right? And you're looking at furniture, or maybe you find like a particular item, and it says coming from a pet-friendly home or a pet-free home, like no pets, right? And they say that stuff like a non-smoking home, right? They tell you that some people will tell you the product comes from this kind of home, so there's no fur on it, there's no smoke residue, whatever, But like, there's a lot of times you don't see that, right? Like, how many bad smoke damage Nintendos have you seen on the market? I've seen a few in my share, where they're like all yellow. Like Nintendos will yellow, but they'll yellow more if you smoke a lot, especially in your house, And so people will say one thing, and they're not. They're giving you the best pictures of the thing they have, or unless you just find that person who's just really sloppy at it, But that's neither here nor there, because everybody's getting better at their craft. So you really don't know what behind the scenes looks like online. And that's why people are loving the online sales, because you could have someone who has like 20 cats and sell you a shirt.
Right. But here's also a problem with the Facebook Marketplace. I call it Facebook trash can.
Right.
Because here's the problem. It's the same mentality that people at yard sales have. This mentality is, I have an emotional value to this. I'm going to see this thing as in pristine condition, even when it's not. And I'm going to ask you to pay me more than what it's worth. Now, if you want to get used product, you want to know where you go to. Don't go to Facebook Marketplace. Go to your pawn shop.
Right.
I just saw a Nintendo 64 with 3 games, 2 controllers, and it looked real good for $50. Now you go to a yard sale, some guy's trying to sell that same exact Nintendo 64 individually for almost market value at a yard sale. And then you go to a Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, when you contact the people, half the time when it's dealing with electronics, oh, we don't want you to test it first. Just take our word that it's going to work and give us your money. And I refuse to deal with Facebook trash can because of that. I mean, I refuse to deal with Facebook anyway. But Facebook trash can in particular, I don't go there.
Right, I get it.
The Facebook can be a bit hit or miss, just like any sort of yard sale, jumble sale, any sort of charity shop, those sort of things. It's a hit or miss whether or not you could get an absolute bargain. You could also get trash.
I'm going to give one piece of advice for Facebook Marketplace, right? And I've followed this advice myself, and I stick to it. Only buy from your local area.
Yep.
Like where I live, when I look for stuff where I live, I look where it's at, and if it's in my same city, I will have a higher chance of buying it from someone than I do outside my area, because shipping, traveling, and all that expensive is not really worth it. And with the change in the selling industry, like, we've had this discussion many times, like how prices go up, some prices go down, what's worth buying, reselling. With the changes in the reseller community, it's become not worth it to travel 30 miles to go grab something.
I don't know. I mean, I've had success selling on Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
People come 40, 50 miles from Reno to buy something because I price my stuff a lot cheaper than retail and a lot cheaper than, you got to research.
Well,
You know.
okay, there's two things I should bring up in your case. One, you have good product, right? Not just your
Right.
average product. Two, I'll let you slide because where you live, without saying where you live, is in a remote place, and you don't have the transportation to get out of town like that every time. So,
Mhm.
Right.
all right.
Right. So you're right.
Yep. Another thing about marketplace. Always go to where the product is that you're trying to get first before you give any money out.
Yeah, don't.
I,
Yeah,
I found
you can't pay with cash.
I found this nice house for rent one time on marketplace. They want to be paid rent, paid deposit and rent all that up front through the marketplace. I told them no, I want to see the house first. So I went and looked at the house, going to find out it wasn't their house.
Hmm.
It belonged to somebody else.
So the point of the story here is watch out for scams.
Exactly.
All right.
Do you
Oh yeah,
deal with
Facebook
True.
Marketplace tend to have like three types of people. You've
Right.
got the ones there that are scamming, trying to sell things they don't actually have. They've just taken other people's pictures. You've got the people that have done the research, and therefore they know the kind of price and what they're selling for. And then there's the people that just need to get rid of the stuff that's cluttering their home and are putting it up for whatever.
Mhm.
Those are the ones you're looking for. Those are the bargains.
Right. Really quick. KPG says MTG needs to stop secret layers and drop all the special stuff down to one or two types. Borderless and foil shouldn't be cut. Just to have raised an anime alt art. I hate anime alt art. You're not speaking my language. Anime is so trashy to me. Art limited for the collectability. But no, well, I understand that's your opinion. So I'm not trashing on you. I'm just saying personally, I don't like anime. Like I like some of the arts and stuff to do. I just hate all the weird stuff to do. And to speak on the secret layer part, yesterday I got an email. They're trying to sell me this $200 commander deck. That's checking it out. It's not worth $200. I sent an email I replied to this email to Wizards of the Coast that it's too expensive. I don't know if they'll care or not, but I did.
I really think that like
In a bed down by the river. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I really think that you're right, and Kebby G is right to a certain degree. Like usually I say no, they're probably going to keep doing it, and they're probably definitely going to keep doing it. The more people say you need to do less, the problem is there's still going to be that person that has the FOMO, no matter how tired of the FOMO people are getting. We talked the other day that about people being tired of FOMO, but the fact of the matter is I think it's a small percentage, and it's the people who are tired of the FOMO are the loud vocal minority, and unfortunately the loud vocal minority is still a minority when the income that Hasbro and WotC is getting from even things like Aether Drift is still a large income, and as long as that money that you're as a consumer putting out is large, and we've covered this multiple times, vote with your wallet. I believe that really more in the long run, when it comes down to not wanting to spend money like $200 on a set that you're not going to guarantee that the cards are going to be worth $1.50 to $2 a pop, then you're going to be sitting there going, okay, maybe I need to boycott this set, not the company. It's more than just a vote with your wallet situation. It is get everybody involved to not spend their money. You can't be the only person not buying a set because it's too expensive. Unfortunately,
Right.
you have to get the community involved in not buying that set.
Right. And that's the tough part, because two things happened in the history. One, the Magic Show with Evan Earn, what used to be really huge. And it used to be like the one live people would watch. It was a format kind of like this show, but more structured and probably a lot better. But anyways, during this time, there's two things that went on. Ding, 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 ding. Right. First of all, we had The Walking Dead. Right. Everybody pooped on that set. They shit on that set. Said they're not going to buy it. It's killing magic. They're not going to do it. Well, best-selling set of all time at that time. Then, during that time, people were saying they're going to boycott magic, and this biggest magic influencer at the time said, boycotting your company can hurt your company, so you shouldn't do it. I'm like, but that's the point.
Right. Well,
All right.
I think that there is a good point to not, first of all, it takes a lot to do a boycott, even a product boycott, rather not be a company boycott, a line boycott, or just a single product in that line. It takes a lot to get a whole community to not do something. Like Jesse and I always joke that procrastination is easy, but it's not. In reality, when you want to stop something from happening, especially something like say you are a man and you're standing in front of traffic and you're trying to stop a whole bunch of vehicles from going, you're going to get run over. But if you have a wall, those vehicles have to make the long way around and drive around the wall. See, this is the problem with that kind of thought process with a lot of people. Like, it's not going to help. You're not trying to do a boycott on a product, a company, or even an idea, so to speak. You're trying to eliminate like these concepts when you're one person that has a firm belief that this is something that shouldn't be part of this line. You need a whole lot of people to like agree with you, enough people to be able to show the profit margin isn't worth it for them to do that again. Right. And unfortunately, with communities that have a cult following like Magic the Gathering, that's large enough to spend money on, even Final Fantasy, where we see that they're going to charge an outrageous amount of money on anything Final Fantasy. It doesn't matter what it is. If it has the words Final Fantasy on it, it's going for an outrageous amount of money, and people are going to buy it because those cult followings are willing to spend their money. And the cult following, even though it's a smaller following, they spend more money, and that profit margin is what people like Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast, Disney, Marvel, Mattel, name a company. They see the profit margin. They don't see your complaints. They see you on the street holding up signs saying, "We're not gonna take it," and then but they also see the news reports with that's making them money because people are buying it because you're standing on the street complaining. You're actually giving them more advertising, causing people to buy that product because you're protesting it. So I can see where some people say your boycott's not going to work.
It's free advertisement, basically.
Yeah. So no matter what you do, you're promoting the company and you're making them sell more by complaining.
Oh yeah, and back in the day when it used to be popular on the internet, before, Troll's been around forever, but on the internet it became popular to create a movement. You remember the social justice warrior movement, where people would gather around and make a big finagle, try to build an army, and socially justify their means to strike down a creator or a business. And that,
you mean the last 4 years in the United States?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's come down to, right? On the internet, it was a big thing for like magic and collectibles, and all that did is shift, right? All it did is shift, and that's one of the things I think people are getting tired of, because what has a lot of things come down to is people telling you what to think. And people went with it for a bit. They're like, think this way because this is the best way. And now for collectibles and stuff, people are starting to think, well, if I think about it, my electric bill is probably more important than that $10 card.
Yeah, unfortunately, you got to have disposable income to do magic, to do whatever is out there. You got to have a disposable income.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you should sell off your backyard, dude. All that
You can
national
have
forest, you don't need it.
I'll sell it to you for $5.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
I'll send you out I'll send you a receipt and it's yours.
Mhm.
20,
All right. So
24 acres. Great for you.
that's right. I walked that 24 acres. Kev G says, I'm not trying to stop due to FOMO. Stop because it's hurting the collectability of the game. OP has a decent amount of $500 cards. Oh, One Piece. Okay, I get what you're saying. If a lot of all art cards, it just wasn't worth to collect it, right? Why collect it? Well, first of all, if you're someone like me, like particular, I'm using me as an example. Collectability comes second to me, right? Like if something's collectible, like these toys, that's a secondary thing. I like Magic to play Magic. I'm not going to buy a card just to collect. I'm not going to buy that fancy card to be like, here, I'm going to post this on a wall. I'm going to put this in a binder. I'm just going to leave it here. I already have enough bulk rares and binder. Like cards worth like 10 cents or less, right? And if I'm buying like a $20 card, it's because I want to play with the thing. If that card's worth $100, I want to play. It's because I want to play with it. Right? If I feel that card's worth $100 and I have the money to buy it, it's because I want it for a deck or my cube. Like collectability is second to me.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. First of all, collectability is part of that FOMO that Kebby G was referring to. And if you're not doing something because you want to do something, because you feel that that is what you like I collect things that I like. I don't collect comic books. I'm not interested. I'm not going to fill a hole to something I'm not interested in unless I bought it in a bulk lot and I have it. Most likely, if it's like a series that's got content I'm not interested in, or it's got language that I don't want to see, if it's got artwork that I find offensive, I'm going to turn around either donate it or resell it. And I'm going to probably donate it or resell it at a lower price than what I paid for it in the first place, because I'm pretty sure if I don't want to see it, you probably don't either. But at the same time, when it comes down to buying something purely because it's a collectible, this is part two of your point. I feel like that's like the same mindset that these people who are obsessed with cryptocurrency do. Well, you have to, if you get into cryptocurrency, you'll have this and you should do this. Oh, you bought this crypto? No, you should buy this crypto. No, you should buy this crypto. Now that you got into crypto, why don't you try the NFTs? It's that mindset of that cryptocurrency people have, is that it's a collectible. I have to have it for my collection. No, that's not how collectibles work. Collectibles work as a way that you like something and you collect it. You just because other people are saying it's a collectible doesn't necessarily mean it's a collectible for you. You are the person who decides what you like.
Right. Well, so, and look, my collecting is kind of, my stance in collecting has changed because of my comeuppance in my adult life. There was a time money was tight and stuff, so I couldn't afford everything. So I have a different upbringing than some people who have like that flexible money to spend and buy stuff. Like I have a friend who used to buy every Secret Lair that he could when it came out. But I just wasn't like that. Like I particularly like things, and I do hate some things. I do. Like one of the things I hate is when we get here.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take, so it's lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Whoa!
Whoa.
We're at the dreaded chill section. Man, we could have gone on and on about this topic, and I wish we could.
Yep.
But responsibilities in my daily life hinder that.
What? You have responsibilities?
Oh yeah, Casey goes to work earlier now, so I got to make sure dinner's ready earlier than normal. That's how it should work.
I thought I brought you up better than that.
What? Look,
See,
you go to bed earlier than I do.
I do not.
I have this perfect solution for you.
Yeah.
All you have to do is, when nobody's looking, go to your phone and go to factor.com and type in code tortoise. And there you can get yourself a nice dinner for you and your wife using code tortoise. I'm joking. We're not sponsored by Factor. I wish we were. Factor, if you want to sponsor our show, please contact Super Fast Tortoise. We would appreciate this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd love to be sponsored by a real
No,
company.
but
like
yeah, it sucks to have adult responsibilities, doesn't it?
yeah, it does. But I like
Saying these
eating.
horrible words. They hurt my head.
The wife likes eating, She likes eating food. And you know what we're having for dinner tonight? Mac and cheese, Brussels sprouts, and shrimp.
Code
I've
word we're
also had
having.
Brussels sprouts with mac and cheese before, but okay.
Like
Code word
this
had
is
lobster and shrimp.
lobster. We're gonna afford a lobster. Jeez.
Well,
But
you're right by the ocean.
and Hellwheeler, everything I said mentioned in that meal is like the mac and cheese is gonna be separate from the shrimp and Brussels sprouts. Like two different things. They're not mixed together.
No.
There's nothing wrong with mixing them.
Yeah, I'm just telling you.
You know.
Like I like my mac and cheese plain cheese. Right.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
but I do like having separation. There is no
All
to
right.
not
No
letting.
worries.
I digress.
Yes, you do.
But now time is for the perfect moment for Hellwheeler to show herself.
Whoa, yo! All right, it is Thursday, so tonight we've got part 4 of Mass Effect 3, continuing our exploration through the universe and trying to save it from the Reapers. So far, I think we've gone from depressing to depressing to depressing. We'll find the light. We'll work it out. We'll bring some joy back to this universe. But that will be about 7 tonight. So come check that out if you want to see how the Mass Effect journey is going. This is the first time I've ever played the game. So I have no idea what I'm expecting. I'm hoping it gets brighter. That's my hope. We started really depressing, so I'm hoping that's the way the game's going to go.
Let's go on a brighter way. Let's go on an adventure. The thingamajigger's up and away. Yeah, for those who know Cat in the Hat, who knows all about that. And think about cats and hats. Have you heard of head and jars? Well, here's one here to show for you.
Head and
Hey,
jar.
howdy, hey, boys and girls. So I'm gonna just sit and play Minecraft all day long today. I have no attention span. I will not be joining the MTG roundtable tonight because I'm just not feeling right in the head. I hope you guys don't mind. But you can always join me today on the Twitch side of the world where I'll be building and playing Minecraft pretty much as I possibly can today. Join me on Twitch for that. And I just want to recognize Kebby G for a second because he said he wanted to express what you expect from a TCG. And it's all in the letters. Trading capability. Must be in a card format and it has to be a game. That's all I expect from a TCG, and because that's what it says in its title, and that's what I expect. And I hope that everybody takes a day to be kind and well, just play a good game together. Don't worry about anything else. Just play a good game. It doesn't have to be a trading card game. It could be Monopoly. It can be Battleship. Have fun. Be good guys. Be good heads.
To add a little sliver to that. Kevin G, there's always tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow, and you can ask that question. All right, just remind us. I'm thinking about questions and tomorrow. The future is here, and if you want to know what I look like in the future, here's kjcowboydan.
Hey, what's up? So yes, be kind to everybody. I got a song of the day. I mean, I know you guys have been waiting weeks and weeks for songs, but this one's kind of helps. It's called "It's a Plain Shame" by Upside Down, Peter Frampton. This was the number one album in 1976 and 77. the most popular song played. Anyway, it's Plain Shame by Peter Frampton. Check it out. You can find these anywhere. There's like millions of them out there. It's not a rare album, but anyway, the song is Plain Shame. What's going on with Cowboy? But anyway, that's all I have. Guys, see you next time I see you. I'm always on the sidelines, but guys, have a great day. Be safe, and yap at you later. And I'm going to pass it on to Hillbilly.
It's gonna be. If you want to know, if you want to see, it's Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody. First thing I want to share with y'all is this right here. June the 4th at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, right after the morning show, I will be jumping into Final Fantasy Early Access Streamer events where I'll get to showcase the new cards. But that's going on the 4th, right after the morning coffee show. And then for this afternoon, I will be doing some another arena stream. And later on tonight, something else going to happen, but it ain't going to be on my channel.
That's right. It's going to be magical.
Mystical tour.
Yeah, Elijah's excited about early access. Whoop, whoop. That's right. And it's Super Fast Tortoise here. What's up? There will be a commander game tonight, bracket 3-4-ish, tonight on Super Fast Tortoise. Yes. Yeah, we're gonna have Commander Night tonight, around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check out Discord if you want to play. Lone Wolf, if you want to play, let us know or reach out to us. Castle, if you want to play, let us know if you have the setup, or anybody else out there who wants to play, let us know. We're looking for 2 people to play, and it could be you. But with that, I want to say thank you guys for joining the show today. Everybody here today, Hillbilly, Could You Do It, Hellwheeler, kjcowboydan. You guys rock. You guys roll. That's right. You guys rock. You guys roll. And everybody in chat, thank you for chilling around, being awesome, being amazing. You know, from Lulu to KBG to Elijah Castle to TCG, everybody. And hey, have a wonderful day, right? I want to remind you that you're awesome, you're amazing, you are loved, someone's thinking about you, and if you can, brighten someone's day just a little. Say something nice to them. You know, tell Could You Do It he looks good today. It might be the change he needs today. With that, my friends, I want to thank my channel members, my subscribers, and we're going to get that sweet outro going on.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show.